for the ad campaign? Should we just like live?
Live from the studio. This is API.
First draft. Good morning. Today we've got some exciting news from the Firing Pin located in Virginia, New York. For all you gun enthusiasts out there, mark your calendars for January 28th because we're hosting a unique opportunity. There's sound effects.
No shit, really?
It was sound effect of a calendar. So.
Oh.
Cha-ching! No. Hey, I have no idea if any of that was on there or made any sense, but welcome to the Firing Pin live stream.
If you can see, we cannot. So
yes, we don't have a monitor over here, but we are also short a Tyler, and I thought that would make the stream a little bit more normal, but we're not off to a good start.
If anything, it's worse.
He somehow normalized things. Ugh. All right. Well, we have got a lot to talk about. Actually, we came up with quite a few things. We were like
on the fly.
What the heck are we going to talk about? Usually, Tyler's got enough, hot air over there. I'm just seeing if I can get into here so I can read everybody's comments.
Do the same.
It's always here. We go.
Yeah, perfect. We don't even worry about it. Oh, those sexy.
Good evening. Ha ha ha. Normal. Yeah.
Never.
Right. The Lonely Hearts Club over here.
I'll have you know.
I'll have you know. So what do we got? What do we got going on? Should we start with some news? Should we start with, we usually go right into our sponsors, I guess. Is that
we should?
We probably should.
What better way than that live read you're just doing?
Not 5 seconds ago. That was, oh my gosh.
We've got some new sponsors. We've got some old sponsors, which thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm going to start with Beyond Driven Performance and Fitness right there in Leroy. They are
best gym in Genesee County.
Voted. Like it is confirmed by
it is known within the community.
The people, yeah. That they are the best gym, and they have, I think, just that dedication to the craft. I like finding places. I know I always appreciate a place where it's like, this is the TFP of gyms or of this or of that. And Beyond Driven is definitely that place. They care about what they do, and they put their all into that place, and it's reflected. I mean, people have only said great things about that gym. So, so thank you for sponsoring the stream. They're very pro 2A, and I know they do the Murph Challenge every year, which you wear body armor and do like 1 million push-ups and sit-ups and run for like 40 miles. Nonsense. Yeah, it's insane. Pat does like 2 of those.
Super easy to do all the time.
Yeah. So very, very cool people over there. Also, super cool people.
API, the best way to preserve all of your firearms. And you don't even have to do firearms. It's just a really, really, really nice way to preserve anything that you hold near to your heart. I don't know if they've ever talked about documents and stuff like that. I would give it a whirl, especially with stuff that is really important to you.
It's not a bad idea,
Right? I mean, why not? I know with a lot of safes, they come with those pouches, but why not pouch within a pouch? Do a little kangaroo style. It's micro environments that it creates. So not only do you live in an environment, but you can create an environment for the things that you love around you.
There's a chemical in there that infuses and helps protect your firearm. And like you said, ammunition is the big one that we see.
That's what I do the ammunition the most. I think that's my favorite thing, especially if you now have to
because there's a lot of like your guns you get into. Maybe it's only once every few months for some guns, or once a year maybe for some. But at least you're getting into them. But ammo, there's a lot of us that
storage. People just want to do it. You might not even shoot it. So
we've seen a lot of people coming in with, this is Grandpa's old ammo, and it's all tarnished and it's got like, what is that, like bluish like stalagmites growing off of it? Like what?
Some mung. There's some mung on it.
Is that the technical term?
And everyone's talked about reservoir in your toilet guns, but you need ammunition for that too. So you got to get that bag inside that toilet ASAP.
That's a great. Oh my gosh. So we have a new sponsor.
Breakthrough.
Yeah.
What a breakthrough. Isn't that awesome?
What a breakthrough for us. That's good. I was like, what? Breakthrough uses modern advanced chemistry to clean, efficiently removing carbon, fouling, dirt, any of those kind of things. Their big claim to fame is it doesn't smell.
Doesn't smell. Yeah.
I love.
What is it in Princess Bride? It's odorless. It's tasteless. Doesn't even know it exists.
I love, the other stuff. You know what it is. But it's got a smell. I mean,
it's bad. It's pretty caustic.
Do you remember the time we knocked over that peanut butter jar full in the back room? Oh my God.
It was almost instantaneous. People from outside were wondering what happened on the inside. Thought we had rats and we were fumigating the place. We don't anymore because the radiation got them. But yeah, I mean, if you rely on your firearm, you got to protect it one way or another. I like Breakthrough a lot because of even the cleaner itself still has a nice viscosity to it where it gives yourself a nice layer and you don't have to worry about overdoing it, which is nice. So a little bit of it goes a long way. The difference is clear, it's a clear liquid.
It is clear.
So,
yeah, right.
It is nice.
It's wood safe, which is nice. You got a lot of old military surplus guns that are, there are certainly oils that you either got to store some guns like upside down so that's not seeping into the wood and all sorts of stuff.
That's a really nice thing about it. I'm glad you mentioned that because it protects not only that, but the wood. So it gets inside it, even though it soaks in, it won't damage or stain. A lot of the other lesser knowns that we don't want to talk about have stained. And I've been upsetting spaghetti about that. Mostly about my time.
Every now and then, though, you do need that stuff. You put a little bit of here, put a little bit there, and you're like,
let's the ladies know you're still out there.
Oh my God! So thank you very much to our sponsors for the stream, and let's get into some exciting stuff. Like we had a question from John: do we still have room in the January class at the Kodak Center? Which it's kind of hard to tell, I guess, on the screen. But
George Eastman is sponsoring us as well, even from beyond the grave.
We do still have seats. We have, for those of you that don't know, we rented the Kodak Center. Yes, the Kodak Center on West Ridge Road. And we are hosting a pistol class on January 28th. So it seems like a ways away, but coming up very, very quickly, we will be hosting, again, it's a pistol safety class. So we wanted to give back to the community, and we wanted to find a way, twofold, send a message to the politicians that, we think education is extremely important on this topic. And, also that they're failing kind of in their obligation to the people, that this class that people have to take is quite onerous and it's a ridiculous requirement. So this, full disclosure, it's not the full class to get your pistol permit.
It's a 1 of 3 part class.
Exactly. So this is still going to be an 8-hour day of excellent instruction. So anyone from the community can come in, and it's a great learning opportunity. You will learn about laws of New York State regarding firearms, about carrying a firearm, about using a firearm for self-defense, what's going to happen. You're going to learn about interacting with law enforcement. There's a myriad of topics that are all included in the curriculum for getting your pistol permit. So this class, when you sit through the whole thing after the 8-hour day, you'll have credit for that time towards getting your pistol permit. So you don't need to get your pistol permit, or, this is a great class for anyone. Maybe you just need a refresher of the laws, right? You can come in and take this class, you're good to go. If you want to get your pistol permit, though, you can take, like Joe was saying, parts 2 and 3, which is at a highly reduced rate because you've already taken half the class. We're only charging $199 to fulfill the rest of your pistol permit class obligation. So those will be scheduled at later times. You'll sign up when you take the class, right? But we do still have seats available for that January 28th class. We're very excited about that. I got the parking map up. I just thought it kind of looked cool. I don't know.
It's really silly, cool.
But yeah.
Maps are cool. I don't care what you say.
Theater seats just shy of 2,000 people. And I would love to fill it. I would love to just show that there's that much interest in firearms and firearm safety, in our city.
Especially in literally the hardest county to get a pistol permit outside of New York City, which is literally impossible. And why not do it right in their backyard?
Yeah.
So
yeah. It was one of those things.
And probably one of the most iconic.
I think so. An amazing venue. And it's been great. I've told a lot of customers that have come here, and they're like, that's right, in my neighborhood. Like I live right around the corner from there. So yeah, it's in the city. And, to that end, I called even the mayor's office, which no surprise. It's not like they rolled out the red carpet.
Yeah,
for us, so to speak. But I called and I was like, hey, I just want to let you guys know. I want to let the mayor know that this is happening for, he sees the billboards or the radio ads or whatever around town or before it gets to him, however. So they were like, hey, it's not like we can endorse this or put it on the city's website, but thanks for the heads up. And they, at least on a personal level, they thought it was an interesting topic. So again, I'm glad our team was able to bring something kind of to the, I don't want to say national stage per se, but I mean to the mainstream,
pretty well-known local stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are the NPR WXXI of the gun world right now.
There you go. That's a great. Thank you. So that January 28th class is going to be a great opportunity if you want to get your pistol permit on a budget, right?
And even if you don't, I mean, it's just good education.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a great day of hanging out with fellow gun owners.
Yeah.
Lunch is going to be there, in the middle of the day. So there's going to be some time for some fellowship and some discussion and things like that.
Plus, how can you go to an event for less than $20 at the Kodak Center to be able to see a really cool piece of history?
Going to be there all day.
It's like a tour. Think of it as a tour. You're paying a tour ticket.
There you go.
To go.
There you go. Yeah. You're pretty much buying lunch and getting a free pistol class is how we're, kind of
look at that.
Pitching it, right?
Bam, baby.
If, though, you want to take the class, all in one weekend, get it all done, we do have still our normal pistol permit classes.
Yep.
Those are $3.99. We actually have one coming up this weekend that there are, less than a handful number of tickets left.
For those of you hunters, we're sorry. It is during the day. So there's I want to say we have maybe 1 or 2 spots left.
Yeah.
So if you husband, wife want to do it, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to do, friends, come on down, stop on down, have some fun.
Yeah.
Shoot a gun.
And we actually, that was going to be the last class of the year, but we opened up. We actually have another class on the 9th and 10th.
Is there a bonus?
So there was just been so much demand, and people, again, with their schedules, it's tough. We wanted to have one more date open this year. So December 9th and 10th, $3.99. Come down and get your pistol permit. And arguably, 100%. I think it is the best class in the area. John does an amazing job. He's extremely thorough, and
the thoroughest. He is. That's his middle name. Literally, it's
that.
Love him to death. He's thorough.
Yes. How else can you say it? I guess a little bit of other housekeeping news before we go into our soapbox rants that I'm sure we'll get into. We're going to be closed. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving. So
Turkey Day, baby.
We're not going to be here. The shop will be closed the entire day. So no live stream that night either. Black Friday, normal hours. We don't really do a Black Friday thing.
There's going to be some stuff announced, some specials, but Small Business Saturday because of who we are. That's what we're going to do. But there will be deals on both of those days.
But no special hours or anything.
No special hours. No.
Yeah.
So you can show up as early as you want. We will still open up at the same time, but bring some coffee.
Otherwise,
I'm gonna want it.
Just closed next week. So
New Year's. Did we talk about that?
Christmas, New Year's. Yeah, I think we'll put a post out. We got to figure that out. Usually we're closed I don't even know if it'll be open. I don't know what days of the week those fall. I don't really check right now, but
monthly. We'll talk about that next time.
We'll figure it out. So I found 2 articles that I wanted to talk about. There's really no comments. Please let us know in the comments below if there's anything that you've seen lately in the news that you'd like to discuss or in the gun world. You want to talk about that gun first that we got?
Do you want to talk about it now?
Let's talk about the gun first. Yeah.
So Smith and Wesson, as you know, been doing it since day one. And they decided that we needed another PCC in 9mm.
Yeah. Because they don't already make them.
Yeah. So they call it the response because it's the response to a question that maybe some of us were asking. It wasn't me.
I would love to find out who asked this question.
But the most intriguing thing about this is right off the bat, polymer.
Almost all of it.
So much plastic. I don't know if we can see it here. I can't see anything. So Joe's going to give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. But biggest thing I can take out of it is everything, upper, lower, the hand guard, the mag wall, plastic. I do like, and this is what their claim to fame I think will be about this gun, is their mag well is interchangeable. So you get that PCC, you're dedicated to a Glock, you're dedicated to a Colt, you're dedicated to whatever mag well you want. They have designed this mag well kind of like the Ruger to take their mags and Glock mags and other double stack 9mm magazines. So allegedly it takes about 30 different magazines, which I think is really cool, right? It comes with the Smith and Wesson magwell, Glock magwell, and their other proprietary magwell that takes other double. I don't know if it's a little fork they have in there, but that's how they designed it. Their M&P style grip. So if you have an M&P handgun, it is the same as the M&P grip with the cool little interchangeable back straps. Their flat face trigger, still a GI trigger, but it's nice because you get that flat face. And really, that's it. Unfortunately, in our state, you've got all of the evil, spooky, bad features to it, but we can make it compliant. You can have it. You can have it without a magazine being affixed. We just have to featureless it out. It is possible. It may look a little ugly, but it is for you if you want it. I like it because it's handy.
It's very light. That was definitely, you could tell that was a requirement.
It is pretty light. It is a rental. This one is a rental. So if you did want to try it out, it comes with some M-Lock little attachments, which is pretty cool out of the box. Does not come with the aim point. That is a.
Does the aim point cost more than the rifle?
The aim point may cost more than the rifle.
That's all right.
No, I think it's about half of the rifle. I want to say this rifle retails for about $9.99. Joe, I don't know if you want to fact check me on that real quick. I want to say these are pretty obtainable. They're not super. I mean, they better not be because of all the plastonium that's on it. But I like it. I think it's fun. I think it's ergonomic. It feels good. We've had a couple of people shoot in the range. It is a direct blowback, so there's nothing rotary delayed or roller delayed or anything wild about it. It comes without a muzzle device, which I guess it gives you the chance to do that yourself.
Everybody's going to do it
Yeah. Which
go their own way.
I can't be upset by that.
It is an interesting way to do the different magazine compatibility, where the whole magazine well. How have you taken one off yet? Is it easy to do? Is it?
I haven't. I know there's a little tab and it slips off. If you look, there's
the whole right. You can see
and the whole thing kind of clicks right off. I think the biggest miss was if this is an M&P grip, I should be able to stow one in there.
Ooh,
they didn't listen to me on that.
They didn't listen.
But it's there. I mean,
that would have been cool.
If you do have an M&P, like I said, you can change out. Yeah, it's the identical to it. They give you some extra back straps. You've got a little punch tool and fun stuff like that. But I can't be upset for a company that's still trying to make something different. So I'm happy about that.
MSRP is
$7.99, even cheaper. Look at that. So you have money
$7.99
left over for the aim point that we put.
There you go. So they're about the same because you're gonna, the rifle's a little bit more.
I'll be honest. I was probably thinking of how much it would cost us to maybe featureless it out.
I do.
Yeah, I mean, as cool as the pistol grip is, this would definitely go. The stock would go, and then we're already kind of almost featureless out right there, and then you're good to go. You can have your magazine pop out. I don't know. I like it. I think it's cool. I like pistol caliber carbines.
Who else at that level makes an AR style 9mm? I know there's a lot of them, but who like Ruger?
I think
Ruger makes the the PC carbine.
Yeah, for like a competitive level pricing, not really.
I mean, there's lots of PCCs, but there's not a lot of AR style ones.
Yeah,
and like you could build your own.
I can't go to can't go to a single company and be like, I want a shotgun, a handgun, a revolver, a rifle, and a pistol caliber, and be able to do other than Smith. I mean, I'm sure there's another company out there. I can't think off the top of my head that has all of that.
Not total service providers.
Yeah, like there we go. Yeah. So Smith, we know you're watching. We'd love to be a sponsor.
Thanks. Please.
I mean, CZ's almost there.
CZ probably the closest.
And then Ruger used to be with the red label. So Ruger, bring it back, baby.
It is surprising that SIG doesn't make a shotgun just so that they can say they make one. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
just
seriously.
For the funsies at this point of it. So
in the comments, what do you think that would look like?
What's that?
The military contract comes up for a shotgun though.
That'd be it. Yeah.
I think if SIG were to do it, they would do the Halo shotgun where it's the upside down 870. I know SIG. Come on, I know you're watching too. Make it happen.
Some kind of like drone defense, right?
Have you seen those photos? People have like Black Label Marlins that they're using against drones.
Really?
Yeah, they're using the 410s. It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, I've just seen those giant like net guns, or there's like
the little radar
essentially, or like
crazy.
like almost like Gauss rifles that are shooting like
fucking
Tesla coils at drones.
What a crazy era we're in.
Oh, it's nuts, man. I think
wild.
people are going to look back on this like when the crossbow changed medieval warfare, and now you've had like knights and stuff that were huge investments.
Kids drones with solo cups
to take out a tank. Yeah. Like,
insane.
And reveal positions and stuff. Yeah, the drone is insane.
Scary.
Very scary.
But I want 2 of them. One to have and one to show.
For sure. For sure.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, that's Smith and Wesson Response. Come down, try it out tomorrow, not today.
So we got a couple questions. So Linda asked, the big class is on the 28th of January. So 28th. That is a Sunday.
From when to when?
9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Doors open at 8 a.m. So
we would appreciate it if you're here at door open. So
get as many people in as early as we can.
And if you sign up, we'll send out that email and everything telling where and when, how.
Oh yeah.
The code of conduct.
Michael asks, I don't know where he saw this. I want to learn more about this. Any idea why California has body-sized water tanks on the streets? That is a great question.
Body, like on the streets, as in like where you go to exit and how they slow down the truck.
Didn't they clean up the streets in front of like right before China's visit? Like, aren't they over here now meeting with the president?
No, but I did hear that he wished his wife a happy birthday, and he was very upset. Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
He like wished Lynn's wife a happy birthday because they share a birthday, and he was like all offended by it.
It's crazy.
Stupid.
I don't like it.
Stupid. He didn't.
Like
I'm sure whoever was running his ChatGPT did, but I don't know about the body sized.
John says hello, late night tonight because of hunting season. Yeah. So speaking of hunting season, when should you be coming down to get your hunting ammo?
2 months ago. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Last year, when you were buying it last year, you should have doubled up.
It's already too late.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
We do have it though.
We actually have a lot of.
We got some sweet stuff.
Some really good hunting ammo.
And a little secret menu item. It hasn't been announced yet. 35 Remington.
What?
Yeah, 35 Remington's coming back.
Real. Lever Revolution.
Lever Revolution.
Right? Yeah.
The revolution of levers. God, Tyler, you're missing out.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's been like when COVID hit, you could not get hunting ammo. Like any of the hunting calibers.
It still is pretty.
Especially the cheaper stuff. Like if you just want like core locked or
Nature's Healing. They didn't change out the occlusive bandage. It's getting a little bit gamey. So
you could, you could always get the $70 a box Barnes, whatever.
Oh, always.
Triple Viper Vortex. Whatever.
I had someone ask today about Federal has a custom shop. Did you know that?
No.
Federal does a custom. Someone asked for 6.5 PRC custom shop. We're looking 20 rounds in like a swear to God fancy little box, $125 a box. I don't know
what are you shooting?
What Mr. Federal did his whole little like hominy domina patri kind of a thing, but
like you're just paying for some dude to sit at like a Dillon press and like hand load your ammo at that point.
Know,
like
but
it seems like what it'd have to be.
I mean, I want a box just because it was cool. But,
I mean, that is a tough caliber. Any of those PRC calibers.
But we are digressing. Tomorrow, Friday, last day before you got to go, and you might even be leaving tomorrow to go drive out to your cabins and your lodges and all that fun stuff. We are getting delays on ammo like it is going out of style because it is going out of style. For me, mentally, I am broken.
It's tough.
If you think you need a box of ammo, buy 2, buy 3, because if you get a delay, make it worth your while to actually do it.
Right.
Today alone, I think maybe the percentage was 5% of people actually got out instant proceed, and the rest are people that are just sitting and waiting, which is really annoying because then we have to pay attention to all those people that go back in the logbook.
It's tough, and the state, a little inside baseball, I guess. The state's website, no surprise, sucks.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's the worst. It crashes all the time.
Yep.
You'll get all the way through asking all these invasive questions. Where do you work?
It'll be like 404.
Tell us all your aliases. Yeah. And like then, boom.
Makes you wonder.
And then.
My tinfoil hat is tingling.
The way the federal system used to work, you'd have your dashboard, and it would show you the background checks that were still pending.
Mhm.
It didn't matter what day they were on. It shows you all your pending background checks. And then the first time you logged on, like if you hadn't logged on in 20 minutes or whatever, you log on and one of those statuses had changed, it would highlight it.
Yep.
And you'd be like, oh,
and then go,
so-and-so's has a new status, and let's take care of that or whatever.
Searching for
New York State's obviously does not do that. They make you search, and they only show you the past like 5 or 6 days.
You know what? It's because
on
the
your
person
dashboard,
that set
and
it up
then-
obviously likes geocaching, and they just never got to find anything, so they just have to have us suffer.
They like puzzles. They thought we do too.
God.
Oh my gosh. So
All right.
all right. So this is, in my opinion, one of those double standard posts. This is from the New York Times. This is a couple days old. A Secret Service agent protecting Naomi Biden, which is Joe Biden's
Granddaughter.
granddaughter,
Yeah.
fired at 3 people seen breaking into an unoccupied government vehicle in Washington late Sunday night, but did not appear to have hit them. So,
How many times did they shoot? Where were those rounds?
yeah.
Did
like,
he get in trouble for it? No.
Is that from a
Yeah.
completely objective standpoint, would that be a good shoot in the civilian world? If you called Monroe County Sheriff right now
Yeah.
and was like, I saw 3 people breaking in, I don't know how many people if it was. I saw 3 people, breaking into my car, my driveway, and I shot. I don't know how many times he shot.
And they asked, well, did you get anyone? He says, well, no, but there's rounds everywhere. Like, what?
Just as he discharged a service weapon and believed no one was struck.
Jeez.
Which again, what's their evidence of that? There was no blood on the
Yeah.
ground. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of your only like.
Because he
So
shot.
how far was that shot? There, I would assume of any of the federal armed, uniform services, they're probably the best shots. I would want to assume.
I mean, you're protecting the person that runs this country, you would hope.
I mean, I know it's a granddaughter, but still, like
Yeah.
if you're in that side of the Secret Service,
Yeah.
like you got to be at least a halfway decent shot. I have to imagine. So that's just. I don't think the average person would fare well if they did that.
No.
So that I don't know.
100% no.
That doesn't sit well with me. But yeah, I just figured that was kind of a humorous. Yeah, need some training. You should come down to the range, have some fun with
Come to
us.
the fire pit, January 28th. We're doing
So this story, I believe, just came out today. I want to say, I don't see where it says when it came out. This is also from the New York Times. And it's one of those. I know a lot of people are going to discount, like, oh yeah, of course. Well, that's what the Times says, or that's what this liberal, rag says, or whatever. I think it illustrates though what the other side, which I really hate, like the us versus them and their side, our side type of arguments, but there definitely is there definitely is sides to a lot of this, and people draw lines, and one of those that the anti-gun folk are really going after. They're really going after wanting to know who owns what.
Mm-hmm.
They really want lists of like who owns what guns, and they want to shut down. They're gonna essentially they're setting themselves up to run statistical analysis to say that these firearms are used more in crimes. That company needs to be shut down. They need to be sued out of existence. X, Y, and Z. Those guns need to be banned. This article refers to the Lake City plant. So Lake City, you want to just tell the people about Lake City?
I mean, the reason why most of the war effort was done, World War II, World War I, and everything like that, and just continued over. Lake City, for those who don't know, think of them as like General Motors. They're just a huge, huge company that did everything to do with ammunition. So your brass from your standard NATO stuff all the way down to your regular hunting stuff and a little bit in between. Lake City is the biggest and will probably still be the biggest ammunition manufacturer in the world, apart from, I don't even know. I mean,
yeah, I don't know who
I
the
don't
next
think there's
closest would be. It would have to be like Winchester or like Olin.
yeah,
or
and
like Remington,
even that,
maybe.
like they're
Dwarfs, I think.
outsourcing it.
So yeah, Lake City, they primarily make military ammo. Well, I guess not primarily. That was their intention, right? But the government, I think the government used to run it during World War II, and they transitioned in like the Vietnam era, I want to say, to having like private companies run it. So it swaps back and forth every few years. It's federal, then Winchester will win the contract, and then federal will win it. It goes back and forth. Right now, I'm pretty sure it's Winchester/Olin who has the contract. And so the government says you got to make 1.5 billion with a B rounds a year.
Jeez.
And anything over that, you can sell. Like you can use the machines for free, all the production capacity, all that stuff. You pay for the materials and the manpower. You can sell it on the commercial market. So the past few years, this is all according to their reporting that they've done. The past few years, Lake City, the commercial side of it, has outpaced the military side 2-1.
Wow.
So if they're making 1.5 billion rounds for the military, they've been making at least 3 billion rounds for our side of it. So this article, it's obviously an anti-gun, slam piece, but this is, I feel like, something not a lot of our listeners would hear if we didn't bring it to their attention. So this, it's obviously a very emotional, they're trying to stir you up. They start this article off with talking about a Navy veteran who passed away at the Parkland shooting, and surrounding his body were shell casings, and they were all stamped Lake City. So they're trying to, say that across all, like there's a shooting in Louisiana. There were 40 Lake City casings found. And here's one in Aurora at the movie theater, Lake City cartridges found. The Buffalo Tops shooter, Lake City cartridges. So they keep just trying to demonize and trying to set up where, this factory making a product is somehow wrong. And like we were joking before the stream started, like, Shell gasoline is used in 80% of DUIs. So we need to shut them down. Like we need to regulate gasoline sales. And people would think that's laughable, which it is. And that's how we see these types of articles and this type of rhetoric, but it's mainstream. I mean, that's definitely, for someone who's anti-gun, that's like a normal and a commonly held belief, I would say, of we need to shut these companies down, and that will solve all these problems.
Yeah.
And
push it under the bed kind of a thing.
It didn't work in the 1920s and 30s for prohibition with alcohol, and it's certainly not going to work in these scenarios. I know there's been a ton of discussion lately about the Supreme Court and domestic abuse and domestic violence perpetrators losing or having their gun rights restored and things like that. And again, I think they're just twisting the argument where they're passing these laws thinking they're helping, but now they've actually made it that much harder for a victim or a survivor, I should say, or a potential person in that situation to defend themselves. So I just think it's to us, we feel it's crazy. Literally, we'll pull some of these articles up and we're literally like our jaws are hanging open. We can't believe what we're reading. Yeah. But
and the blind, like kind of leading the blind with the article.
Right. Next, it'll be Ford trucks. It's not the drunk driver. It's the truck. And John says that he's heard that since September 4th, gun stores have closed in Monroe County. Oh, I guess since September, 4 gun stores have closed in Monroe County.
And I can honestly name all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is sad. Average Joe's. Yeah. What, you want to cut them off?
I guess. I mean,
unfortunately, some of those, one of them specifically was a personal friend, Kinton.
Yeah.
Tim Kinton. And he, I would consider it like kind of this is his 4th iteration of a gun store. So
probably
I'm sure he was tired. I mean, a lot of these generational people that are doing it, like we are the new generation.
We're tired now.
I'm so,
you're in your 20s
so
and you're
tired. Where are my Dr. Scholl's at my feet? It's sad. It really is sad that we're battered and bruised. But hey, we're still trucking along.
We are, and we will be.
Speaking of trucking along, don't we want to talk about news about the building.
Yeah, the date that's been thrown around is November 22nd. The rest of the building's coming down.
Yeah, baby.
And they will be starting construction likely 1st of December, 1st or 2nd of December. They're going to be starting actual construction here, which is something we've been waiting on for so long. I know a lot of it was self-inflicted waiting. You know, like we've said, we wanted to make sure we were doing the right thing, going
Sometimes
down the right
the
path.
shoes that you have on, it's not working for the outfit. You got to change a couple times. It's okay.
It takes us a little while sometimes, but things are going to start moving and grooving out here, and we're excited. We're very excited.
I'm stoked. I'm fucking rock hard. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped.
Anthony, when is the build party? We will have
right now.
Yeah, we're going to have a. I'm not sure if he means a party to help us build. I could take it that way, right?
Yeah,
like, and
sure.
We probably will have
probably the first of the year,
some opportunities. Yeah, we probably will have some times where we're going to need some folks because there's jobs that just take a lot of manpower, people power, and many hands. It takes a village. Let's just say it takes a village, right?
And so far, the village has been incredible.
Oh, it's continues to be amazing. I still, we have people reaching out and taking care of us. I mean, there's guys and gals that bring the boys donuts and treats and sweets daily.
Some people
literally
are still like, figuring out that we lost the.
It is crazy that some people still
how
don't
big are
know,
these rocks
but
that they're just dwelling under.
They're living under. Mason asks, do we do any gunsmith work? Not right now. Not anything besides like maybe like mounting a scope, mounting a pistol red dot.
Nothing like full on machining.
Yeah,
and like,
right. Which we never really did. I wish we did.
Basic tabletop.
Yeah. Now the thing that's tough now is we don't have the room to store it.
Yeah.
So it's got to be stuff, and it's got to be brought in. Like if you came in the middle of a Saturday, we can't do anything because it's too busy. There's not time to sit down and do it.
Bore sight swap. Trigger install. Like
it's got to be stuff that we can do while you're waiting, or maybe go get a bite to eat or something and come right back. But it's not stuff where we have hey, we can book everything in, get to it within usually like a week like we used to. We just can't do it right now. So yes, but no. And John says, I know you're working in a very small shop. Yeah, we got to be. I think it's 760 square feet total, but then you take out, it's not like that's all usable space. I think we're at like a 600 square foot.
Think of your
shop
average
right now.
College apartment. And then add some firearms to it.
Yeah. It's going to be nice when we're in the new space. That's going to be.
I really don't know what I'm going to do with my hands.
Just like skipping in the back room.
Seriously, I am going to be like a dog that just found new yard. I'm just going to pee on everyone's shake myself into oblivion. What do you think of the can you guess the vintage?
You can tell it's had it's been in the fridge a little bit.
No, it actually hasn't. I just put it in the fridge this morning.
Well, maybe that's what I'm tasting. You can really taste the snap. It's ginger snap. You can really, the snap gets you.
2019.
That's not as bad as I thought. Actually, that's pretty bad. Back when Bud Light was cool, right? Back when I'm actually surprised no one made fun of us. They haven't yet.
I don't care what they say.
I'm sure Tyler's
being from New England, you guys have your Labatt's and Genesee, but I have not. I have Anheuser-Busch. But man, Genesee's good. Genesee sponsor.
Straight out of the river.
You're watching.
Straight out of the river.
It's not. You know where it actually comes from? Hemlock Lake.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, Hemlock.
Is that where our water's going to come from now?
Hemlock.
Because we're going to have Monroe County water.
If it's crispy, if it has a little twang to it.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, net less sulfur.
So speaking of Monroe County water, that's one of the things we have to have updated at the building. 6-inch service line brought over.
You guys don't know that's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of water. So we have a whole fire suppression system going in, which makes a lot of sense, but
due to the
so we do have like the plans for the building. That drawing doesn't show it, but the building that will be built will have the roof over a secondary range space. So we added on to the building. We're putting a roof over the old range, obviously, to rebuild it. But we're also enclosing an area that could house a new range. 10 lanes, maybe, roughly, 9 to 10, depending.
Tentatively, yep.
We don't have the budget, I'll be honest, to complete that, though. So
It's expensive.
It is. It's insanely
expensive.
It's just to finish that range is like a good chunk of what we spent on the original firing pin, like when we originally built. So it's a massive undertaking. The ventilation system alone is like more than what most houses go for in our area. So to that end, pretty soon we'll be announcing a Kickstarter campaign. And it's one of those, hey, I know times are tough right now. We're certainly not like begging, but it's one of those that if you want to help us build that second range quicker, you'll have the opportunity. Yeah. We'll have some pretty cool packages and like exclusive, like, we'll come up with like shirts and stickers that are just for
this. This by no means that we are not building a range. The original range is still going to be there, and we still have the mobile range. We're just talking about an expansion.
Right.
We're building the expansion. We're just not adding into the expansion.
Right.
You bought the game. You didn't buy the DLCs.
Yeah, it's a great way to. And that's still going to happen. It would just be cool if we could open up, and do it all at once, basically. So, we'll be announcing how we're going to do that. I'd love to do just like a Kickstarter, but I hate that they take like a good chunk of the money. So I'd love if we could do it, a simpler way. I'd love to hear your suggestions of what you might be interested in or how it would make sense, for you to support us and for us to help you out. And I can't wait to have the new facility. It's going to be a crown jewel for all of you, for shooters in Western New York. It's going to be truly something. I'm very much looking forward to it.
I'm so excited.
So Jeff asks, great name, Jeff Brandon. Thoughts on the Larry Vickers situation? Free man, he ain't do nothing. So I have to agree. I am very much a no victim, no crime kind of person. So I haven't read all the things that he did. I know there was like a police chief involved or several police chiefs, and there were, it kind of sounded like law letters were being written, and then guns were just like being ordered and like kept for private collections that were supposed to be like demo stuff, or there was something maybe to do with importing, so it's all very like, these are all like regulatory crimes, that are like, Larry's
stuff that if you don't keep up, if you don't do it right the first time, you're going to get your,
I'd like to think that it was innocent, and just obviously Larry's a very huge figure in the gun community, and I don't know that he's super vocal like against the government, but I know he's not also like super pro government or any of that kind of stuff. So I own a tinfoil hat, but it's not on at the moment. So I don't know. Usually with stuff like that, like he probably knew what he was doing. He knew it was wrong, and he's paying the price for it. I don't agree with it. I don't agree that those laws should be laws. It does suck. I have certainly been not in that same position, but I've certainly been in positions as a business owner where it's like I have to make certain choices or go certain routes because otherwise I won't be able to get insurance or I won't be able to keep my license, or I'm putting certain things at too much of a risk. And you've got to weigh, everybody versus one person. Cause like, I know he was hurt that like Wilson combat, like dropped him
hard.
Right. Yeah. And I mean,
Josiah Ayub didn't even look back. He just said, well,
again, I've never had to do something that extreme or go down even anything close to that. But I can see, where you have to make that decision, and I'm not defending or really criticizing either way. it's got to be a hard decision. I'll put it that way.
Sure.
That's got to be
sure.
Because Larry posted, I saw like they literally like he stayed at Bill Wilson's house. Like they're friends. They're legitimately friends. Yeah. Like
I'm sure it was a big. I'm sure it was a sit down. I'm sure it was like. I would hope there was no bad blood after that. Like he explains like,
Sure.
I have a business, you have a business,
Right.
this needs to happen.
So it does suck. He's a legend, obviously, in our industry. I just love
I have his book.
the history of him, like literally being in like a tier one. Like he was a Delta boy, and like doing Delta type missions, and then coming back and like hand filing and fitting 1911s like for friends, and like just being this like master pistol smith. Oh, and he's a fucking
he's an operator.
tier one operator. Yeah. Like that's just it's a Pete Rose type of situation. Like it's just a stain.
He's
on
got his name with
legacy.
a lot of companies.
Yeah. Now, do you think his stuff is going to increase in value? Like,
I would think so.
Like I can see Wilson Combat. Okay, they're going to separate from him, but like when he puts his stuff out for auction, dude, I would pay.
Yeah.
If I had it, I can't right now. But
have
like,
a Larry Vickers Vickers. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That'd be cool. He has a very impressive, I know, collection too. That I don't know if it's already been like liquidated some or whatever's going on, but he's got so many like one of one type guns. Like these are prototypes, or this is rare Rhodesian. Like you can't get these, but I was able to import
him and Ian
one.
like teamed up and did a couple videos. He also helped with a lot of like major movies and films and like building out. Though, have you ever seen that video? There's a couple videos online where he like goes and talks to a bunch of the people for the props. He like designed.
Cool.
He designed props. He designed props with Mythbusters guy. Not Walrus, but the other guy, Savage.
Oh, Adam Savage. That's pretty cool.
He designed a lot of stuff with them to do 4 movies.
Yeah,
it's really
that's super cool.
Sweet.
His YouTube channel was really cool too.
Yeah,
up until recently.
Up until
Free Pete Rose too. That's great. So yeah, I don't know what else we got. Did we do a job? Did we do it?
I don't know. You as the audience, you tell us.
We
can only talk for so long. I mean, we could talk forever, but
we could. People don't want.
We need sustenance.
All right. No stream next week. Pistol class this weekend. If you know anybody, we've got like a couple spots if they haven't filled up already.
I want to say last time I looked before we walked in here was two spots were left.
Then we've got a class December 9th and 10th, and then we've got the big class January 28th, which is a Sunday. And that is that. I mean, if it goes super well, we might do a big class again, but this is kind of like a one-time thing. We wanted to do it as like a message and put it out there, and we'll see. So
I just think there's a meet and greet too.
It is. It will be. There will be some meat there. All right.
And we will greet it.
See you, everybody. No stream next week.
Foreskin, free it.